Hey, what it do, what the business is.
It's another week in the books with the OndeckTV podcast. I am Spike Lou.
Man, holla at your boy Animal Brown, Animal_Brown if you're looking for me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snap.
And Snap.
Yeah, sometimes.
I am Spike Lou on Twitter. I am retiring from all other social media.
Well, thank you.
Tweet streets.
I didn't know you were on there to begin with.
Thank you for doing the world a favor.
I came, I saw, I conquered. And I'm out.
Did you?
Producer Mxtra was goody.
What's going on? It's your boy Mxtra. The Minister of Culture is in the building.
Hey, man, what you have on deck for the weekend other than canceling your IG?
I went to go see LeBron James
Okay.
at the Lakers game when it came. Actually, it was a good game. They played the Hawks. It was to capacity at State Farm Arena, as you knew it would be when the Lakers came in town. AD was putting on a show as well. The Hawks do something very interesting in between the breaks. They have like a hip-hop bracket, and you pick like the best rappers out of Atlanta and go all the way through. What was the white kid name, number 3?
Kevin Huter.
He needs to be banned from listening to fucking hip hop.
What'd he say?
He took Rich the Kid over Outkast, Jeezy, and Ludacris.
Well, he young, though. He a young cat.
Still Rich the Kid, bro. And this is Atlanta. This is Atlanta. You got to know where you at.
Rich the Kid can barely talk.
But with that being said, I think that was really dope. It got the crowd involved and people were like paying attention to that. So I think that's a dope twist to have. What'd you have up for the weekend?
I hit the movies. You know me,
course
AMC
you
Animal.
did.
Went to go see that Atlanta bombing joint. It was good, though.
Damn. No, you did not.
You want to go see that bullshit, man?
It was good. It was a
Man,
good
the
movie. What y'all
preview
talking
Leave
about?
it to Clint Eastwood to have a white man play the victim through the whole movie.
It was a good
Get the fuck
movie,
outta
though.
here,
Eastwood,
man.
right? He slick kind of showing his racist.
Yeah.
cards
It was a
lately.
good movie. What the fuck?
I'm just saying this and the Mule, and I ain't even got to see this. Like the
Mule
has
was
some
alright.
has some racist shit in there though.
I don't doubt that, though.
There was some racist shit.
There was some racist shit in Gran Torino, too, though.
Clint Eastwood showing his
Was
true
Gran
colors.
Torino a bad movie?
I ain't seen that.
Wow.
That was a good movie.
Thank
seen
you. No, this one was good. It wasn't great. If you're looking for an American bombing movie, then check out the Boston one with Mark Wahlberg. That shit was fire.
And if you're looking for fantastic TV, Watchmen ended this week.
Oh, man, I
Jesus
tried, man.
Christ,
I tried
it
that
was
first
good.
episode, dog.
Yeah,
That
Watchmen
last
is
review
good.
show will be to y'all this week.
That first episode was trash.
That last one was fucking fire.
Yeah, Watchmen is a good show.
Nah, that shit cap.
I can't wait to
what you have on deck?
This weekend I attended my brother's going away. He's going to D.C.
He been going away for 3 weeks.
Yeah, he been getting that little
I ain't gonna
move
lie,
on
you
for a
been-
long time.
Oh, he only had one party.
That's a strong campaign you putting together for your brother going out of town.
If you believe that, all you have to do is rewind and
They
listen
can
to
listen and
last
see,
week
dude.
and the
They
week
you
before
can
that.
see it. I'm just telling you.
He only had one party, and that was this week.
But
So we had a
the
lot of
lead
people
up
show-
is what we're talking about.
A lot of people came out. Shout out to Tennessee State folks, the Westlake folks, everybody who knew us since we were knee high. It was a fun time. And you saw the drip is on Instagram, so you go check it out.
The
drip was
is
dry.
on Instagram.
All right, man. We got a lot to talk about. Person of the year, MVP, whatever you want to call it, man. Big boy episode right here.
On Deck Person of the Year episode, the second annual.
Absolutely. I think we done this 3
Third
times.
annual.
Yeah, 3 some shit. I done lost count. But first, we got some topics to get to.
Back to the usual format.
Absolutely, man. Let's talk Juice Wrld. Juice Wrld was laid to rest over the weekend, but the manner in which he passed is still a hot topic. Joyner Lucas went as far as to blaming rappers who glorify drug culture in their music for his death, and younger artists have come out and said they won't be doing any drugs outside of weed from here on out. Do you see a change in the way hip-hop speaks on drug use because of this moving forward?
I don't. I think it's a culture thing. I don't think it's a hip hop thing. People have been using drugs in hip hop though for a long time, whether it be alcohol, weed, cocaine. Now, since we do have so much exposure to the artists and are able to see their everyday lives and kind of get more from them on Instagram and social media, Snapchats, and things of that nature, it seems as if it's more robust than it was when we were coming up, but it's not. I think you just substitute the drugs, alcohol, like I said, coke, things that they were doing in the 90s, not as popular now. You got the pills, things that are easier to mismanage and lose your life behind. With that being said, there's always the next generation of people that feel like they can handle these things, and it continues to be used on an influx. I don't think it'll change anything. For the moment, people will be smarter as far as how they use drugs, and even as far as sharing the drug use. I think that's one thing that we will see cut down. People won't talk about it as much, but I don't think people are gonna stop it.
Yeah, we had a similar situation when Nipsey passed. Like, what will the effect be from that? Will change come from it? You know what I mean? Like, and the jury's still out on that. You know what I'm saying? You really can't gauge it right now. But Trippie Redd, he one of the leaders of the young new school.
That's rough.
Yeah, I know it's tough. He got 8.6 million followers on IG, so there's people listening to him. He came out and said, man, hey, y'all, no more pills. We're not doing that no more. We off that. That shit not cool no more. I remember Lil Baby came out not too long ago and said that he was done with the syrup, the lean. It was over with. Wait, no, we're not on that no more. Several rappers have even come out and talked about their previous drug use and like how they overcame it in interviews. Meek Mill, Roddy Ricch, Lil Durk. Like now it's like a talking point now in the conversation that started. Now whether that translates into the music or not, only time will tell. But as of right now, it's not cool to be on, air quote, cool to be on drugs right now because we've got so many people that have like kind of lost their life from it in this last 365 days. Shit crazy.
Yeah, the smart thing would be to stop the drug usage.
Clearly,
but, I don't think we'll see that because even when this excuse me, even when this happened, I saw people saying, "Oh, he doesn't know how to take drugs. He doesn't know how to do it correctly." Like that's the most ignorant thing you could possibly say. But it was so many people saying it.
Yeah, this was a panic situation.
Yeah. Right.
Like his mom came out and said that he had a history with prescription drugs, so that leads me to believe that he did know how to take them. I just don't. My bigger problem with this would be Joyner Lucas. Like he came in this statement of criticizing people and just like the following when people pass to have to jump on and say, well, you guys shouldn't be doing this. Like, who is Joyner Lucas?
A concerned artist.
I don't even consider him, and I'd love to know what other rappers think. He's not even a peer of theirs, other than the fact that he raps. I'm serious, man. Like, he's not a popular artist. Like, from what I see, most people don't even like him. Like, he can't even get people, like, in his corner with this Eminem beef shit that we'll talk about. So as soon as someone dies, you jump out on the ledge and say, well, we're not on the ledge, but you jump out and say, well, people shouldn't be doing these drugs and shouldn't be doing this. Just because you make a couple of conscious songs, my nigga, don't make it where you can come out and criticize people, especially so close.
So he didn't have a point?
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, you can't
there's
shoot
the message.
Thank you.
You can have a point, but there's a time and a place to have your point. Especially, this to me is grandstanding.
But all of the eyes are on the situation. You have to say it now. Because 3 months from now, it won't matter. It won't make no waves.
Because you're an artist, and that's what you do. He didn't come out with that song about the white people and Donald Trump as soon as the election shit happened. He gave it time to breathe. He did the gay song with Eminem. That was a build-up. This right here feels like it was low-hanging fruit, and he's kind of coming off as that guy that I need to speak on everything when you're just not that dude.
I mean, it's facts what he's saying, though.
Yeah, I don't think that was his intention. I mean, it was a reaction to something very serious, and that's just how he felt. I don't think it's. I mean, he's definitely a peer. Let's not say that. That's a little disrespectful.
Yeah, I mean,
you mean skill-wise or following or you know what I mean? Because
he's not a popular rapper, but that doesn't mean he's not a peer. I'm not a popular. I can be a bench player, but LeBron is still my peer if I play basketball.
Easy. I get your point, but here's my thing to saying that: if a major event happens in the NBA, to use your LeBron James point, LeBron is gonna look at the sixth man, the 12th man off the Pistons, big funny in the light. If it's something that's like Sports Center and it's big time news, it's like, bro, like you can't. I'm LeBron James, and I get what you're saying. He is a part of the culture, but the timing gives me credence to say all of the other things. Because if he had said it later, then I could have been like, well, maybe he thought about this. Maybe he really is concerned. But to come immediately out and say it doesn't take away that it is a fact. You guys are right about that, but it just takes away from what it is.
And to be fair, this is like the third person who's died from drugs in the last year or so. So it wasn't immediate. He hasn't said this every time somebody has passed away. He said this as a result. Yeah. Exactly. It's like becoming continuing.
And that goes to my point, though.
A trend.
He said it when the most popular of the three did, though.
I mean, yeah, for sure.
Right? Yeah. So, like, this happened when...
Well, you could argue Mac Miller.
That you're talking about, or even Mac Miller.
Yeah. You could argue Mac Miller was more popular.
Yeah, you can argue who was the popular, like you said, but he didn't say anything then.
Yeah, but so first of all, shout out to I saw G Herbo come to other artists' defense and tried to say that Joyner was a clown and all of that for what he said. But and that he was going through things and you're not in his position and you know what I mean. He's taking the drugs to cope and XYZ, and that may be the case for some people. But Juice Wrld is actually on record in an interview talking about how the music that he listened to influenced him to try drugs before he was even a rapper. Like he talked about that out of his mouth. And I think Joyner may have either seen that before or came across it and felt the need. That's why he needed to say something, because the artist himself is saying that's the reason why I started drugs to begin with, is because I heard Gucci Mane, I heard Lil Wayne, I heard Future talk about it. So when that's dangerous when somebody, you can assume for the other people, but when somebody actually says that, then I feel like somebody addressing it is warranted, and apparently nobody else is going to step up and say nothing. So I'm not mad at Joyner. He's becoming that guy, and I don't want it to turn into a gimmick for him to say
That's
stuff.
what it looks like, though. Yeah. And you bring up a good point, and I think it goes to how I look at it from my perspective, my point as well. The people that you spoke of that influenced him to do drugs, Gucci Mane, Futures, those people influenced him from their art. Like, they were in the booth, and they were, whether it be right or wrong, it was something that he vibed to and he was influenced that way. Joyner Lucas is doing a whole lot of talking. You know what I'm saying? He good enough to make a song. Maybe niggas will listen to that, but I just feel like he's doing a whole lot of talking. Those artists influence him by doing what they do. That's rap.
Yeah. I need that ADHD, though, Joyner.
Yeah, you retired, apparently.
Yeah, that nigga gave up on that little way.
Like, fuck it. I ain't even got this push no more.
That nigga was promoing it early in the year. He just said, fuck it, I'm going to leave that alone.
Shit ain't never coming up.
Man, moving on to Griselda and Eminem right now. So it's the holiday season, guys, but not everyone is in a jolly mood. The hottest beef in hip-hop right now is, wait for it, Eminem versus Nick Cannon. Shady Records artist Griselda was asked about the beef and whether they would jump in. And they had some very interesting answers, man. They were split on it. Now, Westside Gunn and Conway said that they prefer to play the background in a situation like this. While Benny the Butcher said if M asked him, shit, he'd jump in. Now, should artists automatically side with their label heads if there is beef?
It depends on the label head's track record, right? So if I'm Griselda and I'm a killer in the booth,
for sure, I
sign with Eminem because I respect his pen. I respect his pen enough to where if he got to come to me when a nigga like Nick Cannon is beefing him, I'm not sure if I want to be here. I don't know if this is the right place for me. On the flip side, if I'm on the Black Squad and Nick Cannon come to me, be like, look, this nigga wilding talking about me on the Fat Joe album. I'm bankrolling everything. Y'all get in there and talk crazy about one of the best rappers ever. I'm riding. So it depends on who it is calling that shot. Like, you have to know why you're there at that label specifically.
Absolutely.
You could be there to be a hitter. But those Griselda guys, I feel like if they got a call in the middle of the night from M, like, come hop on this track with me to diss Nick Cannon, they're going to lose a lot of respect for Eminem.
I agree. And we see rappers come to their boss rescue all the time. But it does depend on a few things, man. The two most important, you touched on one of them. That's how much help does the person need? And I don't know a rapper on earth that needs help against Nick Cannon in a rap battle.
Man,
there's not one.
Listen,
much less Eminem, even a washed Eminem. Like, it still doesn't even. I don't think he needs that. And also, number two, how legitimate is the beef to begin with? Man, Benny and them know, but they know that this shit ain't.
Niggas, yeah, like, man.
Come on, fam.
If you're going to involve me in this and niggas get shot, that's what I tell Nick Cannon. The niggas get shot, then that's on you, bro. You don't bring me in this shit.
It's Nick Cannon, man. It's gigolo, bro. Like, but they're not taking that shit seriously. Dog, the beef is pointless. And again, nobody needs help against Nick Cannon. You can get all the wild, and now you can get the whole staff.
I mean, Nick, you can kind of shitting on Nick Cannon, but Nick Cannon,
I just don't like him.
Yeah, obviously.
Awful.
Yeah,
Trash.
but
that's my guy.
Not saying he's the best rapper in the world, but I think Eminem gets a pass sometimes because we know he's skilled. But like I was reading something, Charlamagne said, "Who has Eminem ever beat?" Like, he's never really beat anybody.
Backstreet Boys,
right?
Ja Rule,
he beefed with pop stars. He never really had a rap beef.
MGK had smoke for him.
Yeah, exactly.
I think. Okay, let me ask you guys a question.
Don't ask, can Nick Cannon go ahead up against him?
Fuck Nick Cannon.
Okay, all right.
I have a quick Nick Cannon question too, but you said, like, and I agree, no one has ever beat Eminem? Is that
No,
because
Eminem, he said Eminem hasn't beat anybody.
Right.
well, excuse me, Eminem hasn't beat anybody. Do
No.
people not take him as serious because he's maybe white? Like no one's needed to go at him like
Nobody's
that?
went at him.
I just feel like he
Is they
hasn't been
scared?
tested like that for people
Exactly.
to be like, oh, you know what happens when M raps? No, because when he has, man, like what's
MJ,
MJG?
whatever the name
what's
is.
his name?
Pimp tight.
Yeah.
MGK.
Yeah, MGK held his own against him.
But look,
So he didn't beat Eminem. Didn't beat him.
Eminem, right?
He
He's
washed Ja Rule, though.
considered he cleaned Ja Rule up,
He
but he's
washed Ja
considered a top tier lyricist, right?
For sure.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no top tier lyricist that could go in with Eminem, win, and people be like,
Like who? Like Kendrick? You talking about like an
nobody.
A-list?
Like, who could beat Eminem and you be like, damn, that's a notch under that belt. Like, nobody's going to risk it because you don't really get nothing from knocking Eminem
Oh, you
off.
saying it wouldn't matter?
Yeah, it wouldn't matter.
Oh, that's fair.
If you came and cleaned up Eminem, niggas would be like, oh, okay, y'all got the white boy.
I mean, nah, well,
Nah, I don't know
I
about
wouldn't
that.
say that.
No,
though.
I don't say
nah,
that,
I wouldn't
no.
do that. If Big Sean, well, it'd be no point. No, he's not beefing with anybody. Like, nobody has any problems with him.
No, not even that. Just lyrical. Just on the lyrical tip.
Yeah.
I mean, I think people would give you credit
Well,
for it for sure.
And true.
Just like
the
people
people
gave MJ kick.
To
Man, you barbecuing
Machine
his name.
just say Machine Gun
Machine
Kelly.
Gun Kelly. Yeah.
Sheesh.
But the people that Eminem has gone at, they came at him. Like this Nick Cannon shit, I see why Nick Cannon, like Eminem came out of the blue and just started talking about my baby moms. Like, yeah, nigga,
Yeah, I don't know where that
song.
came. Yeah,
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
know
saying.
where
So,
that came
like,
from.
I expect Nick Cannon to say, I'm not mad at Nick Cannon for this because you can't just talk about my baby mama and let it ride.
Okay.
Did y'all listen to the song with the Black Squad or whatever?
Nah,
the fuck?
No, I didn't listen to it.
The Conceited ripped that motherfucker though.
Like, he was hoping to. It's my chance.
Yeah, nah,
I'm telling you, yeah,
nah,
he
them niggas
swinging for the
ripping that.
fences,
Yeah,
nigga.
Who was that said? Who was that said he was better than Andre? Or what was it?
Oh, yeah. So Waka Flocka said it'll be a good, who's better? Eminem? He thinks Andre is better than Eminem.
I think
Well, so do I.
Andre is
Who can out rap?
1,000 times better than Eminem.
We're not gonna do that though, but I think he's better
He's
though.
1,000 times better. Like,
He's 3,000 times
1,000?
better.
3,000 times.
Boom ting.
If they were both putting out an album
That's different.
at any point in their careers,
That's different though.
at any point, not even now that we waiting and Andre ain't never had one. I'm talking about at any point, like right after Outkast, I'm still waiting on that Andre before I'm waiting on that.
You like
Eminem.
the
that's-
music
that's
that
a
he
fact.
makes though.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. You just think he makes better music than
That's a
him.
fact.
But bar for bar though, it's close, but it's definitely Andre though. I'm playing devil's
That's what I'm
advocate
saying.
like a
That's
motherfucker.
why you say, when he say it's close, that means that Eminem's great.
For
So-
sure.
Eminem is great.
Right,
Don't get me wrong.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So if someone came up and were to beat Eminem, I think it would be a big deal. Because think about how much respect we gave MGK.
Yeah.
Like, people like, oh, damn, he can really rap.
We didn't expect that from him.
I
though.
said
That's
that
what
wrong.
I'm
Y'all
saying.
right. It's risk versus reward. The risk of going against Eminem for a top tier rapper
And losing?
is
Okay.
just not there. And even if you do
Okay,
win,
well.
people still gonna be like, oh, okay.
You supposed to because you
you
cold.
supposed to,
For
yeah.
somebody that's cold.
Right. Because I know I looked at Machine Gun completely different when I was like, oh,
I
I
agree.
didn't know he could rap like this.
I
true.
agree.
That's true.
He won a lot of, well, I ain't gonna say fans because I'm
But
not
just
gonna
want
listen to
people
this
over.
shit.
Like,
A lot of white, a lot
He
of
won
white,
people over.
a lot of white rap fans switch sides. That's what happened there.
That's a
They
fact.
had a new champion.
Man, let's move it on, man. Chance the Rapper. Chance the Rapper is no longer hitting the road. His tour, the big tour, was set to kick off January 2020, but has now been canceled. The Chicago rapper says he wants to spend time with his growing family. He apologized to his fans on IG saying, saying, quote, I promise to come back much stronger and better in 2020, end quote. Chance canceling his tour, big deal, little deal, or no deal?
This isn't any deal at all. Chance his star is still going to ring because of the team that he has behind him. When most people say, like Nicki Minaj, for instance, said she canceled some of her tour, it was on Hip Hop DX. No shade to Hip Hop DX, thorough hip hop site.
Absolutely.
Chance the Rapper mentions that he's canceling his tour, and it's a headline on CNN.
For sure.
I think that he has a lot of leeway, even now, if it's because of ticket sales and it's not because of
I was
his
about to say.
family. Even if that is the case, Chance is young enough to be able to. I ain't gonna say he's gonna switch his whole style up, but he can go back to the lab and figure out what it is that's irking people about him right now, and he can come back out. Like, he got plenty of time, and he got a real strong team. So I don't think this is a big deal at all.
Yeah, it's a huge deal.
Here comes
Huge.
the Chance hate.
Now, first of all, congrats.
Annual Chance hate.
Congrats to Chance and the new addition to his family tree. He just had a baby girl. Super congrats to him and his wife. But this is a very convenient excuse
very
to not
convenient.
go on tour, bro. We know why. The reception to his album was
Lackluster.
subpar.
Yeah.
People weren't really fucking with it. Nothing really caught on radio. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And people aren't looking for a tour off of that weak-ass album, because if they were, it would have already kicked off. People don't wait this long to start a tour for their albums. Nigga, you get the album tour dates, nigga, the day after the album drops nowadays,
no way,
bro.
Like,
It's over with.
Yeah, this is bigger.
Over with.
Yeah, it's
Y'all
over with.
crazy.
I didn't say that, but I'm saying, that he's on his own.
Right.
He's gonna down that ledge. This is bigger cap than the 3 he wears on his head. Man. That's just what it is, man. That's just bigger cap than that hat he wears all the time,
He
man.
bullshit.
It ain't, bro. We know it's because of ticket sales, and we know it's because of the lackluster reception to the album.
That's
The
it.
album was not good. It was not good. It wasn't good enough to fuel a tour. It wasn't good enough for you to fuel a tour, be the headline, and have other people under you. So,
Absolutely not.
I mean, that's what it is. But of course, he's saying it's to save
Niggas
face.
die to open up a chance right now.
He should have kept it 100 like T-Pain did.
For what?
T-Pain kept it 100 and was like, man, we ain't sell none.
But that's T-Pain been on the shelf for like 10 years.
No,
That's
I
true,
feel you.
but he kept it 100
No,
though.
Chance is still a star.
Nah,
I mean,
I don't think so.
I'm not saying he's not a star.
It's diminishing.
That's crazy.
You hate Chance
He's on the
the Rapper.
backslide, guys. He's on the
He is
downward
not.
spiral in his career.
I can tell you he's not on the backslide simply how this came out. Like, we're here speculating
Yeah, right.
about the sales, which we do. This is what we provocateurs and podcasts in space. So, okay,
sure.
that's cool. But it wasn't released as, like Nicki Minaj, who's also a big star, or other people,
Because-
as ticket sales.
Because
are
the
slow.
machine behind it
Because
won't
he
let it
got
be
a
released
great
like that.
team.
Yeah.
And that goes to my point of why this isn't a big deal at all. Like I said, I'm reading CNN and I see Chance the Rapper's tour is canceled.
That's true.
That team is going to go back to the lab, had a great, convenient excuse, like y'all said, because Chance is a family guy. Why wouldn't he stop the tour to go take care of his family?
No doubt.
It all lines up to make sense. His team is in place. He's going to do a rebrand like we've seen. He's going to hire Tyler Perry people, do the rebrand. And he in
Tyler
there.
Perry?
I'm telling you, yeah. Tyler Perry had one of the best rebrands in the history of black people. Period.
It's up there.
Number 3
up there.
cap. That's what I'm saying.
This was actually, the tour was actually supposed to kick off in September. It got pushed back to January and now it's canceled.
Aha!
So that let me know that he is completely full of shit.
So,
Full of it.
if you're on Chance's team, how do you redirect?
oh no, you 100% come out and say it so he can support his family.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you are planning the next phase of marketing, just something light, what's your redirection? Do you step away from the good guy role? Like, what would you guys do? Like, what direction would you take, Chance? If clearly he's hit this wall, you're saying.
I would tell him to retire.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yo, he's trash.
I tell you
dog.
this. I tell you this. He gonna be around longer than the baby. I promise you.
No,
I
sir.
promise you
the
he'll
baby
be
got the
around.
it factor. That's the thing
Yeah,
that he's missing.
He had it this year. Chance had the
Fair.
it factor 3 years ago.
Barely.
The baby won't make it 3 years
Shit.
past his it factor
That's
days.
so disrespectful.
And I like the baby.
Nah, it's,
But
it's
Chance is just a
Yeah,
bigger
you're
star.
tripping, bro, about Chance.
hang it up.
You got to stop this, bro. He's a star.
If y'all are smart, he'll go into politics or real
Oh, my
estate
God.
or something.
Bruh,
Nigga said politics.
this man's a star.
Nah. Before we get to this music break, let's talk Jay-Z and Kanye. Puff Daddy celebrated his 50th birthday in style over the weekend. With
5-0.
a star-studded guest list at his party that included Jay-Z and Kanye West. Now, pics and videos floated around online as the two greeted each other for what seemed like the first time in forever. What are the chances Jay and Kanye work together in the future?
Slim to none. Zero. Zilch. Nada. And I'm not saying that because of my bias of Kanye West at all. I just seen the look on Jay-Z's face in that picture. I seen the position that Kanye West takes in a lot of things. I think that that's completely opposite of the position that Jay-Z takes at this point in his life. I think that those two are big enough to where that's a problem if they work together. I'm not speaking on their friendship. I'm not speaking on if they talk. I'm speaking solely on the career, like the business part of it.
Gotcha.
And for Jay-Z, Kanye could be his little brother forever, but the business, until I feel like Kanye changes some stuff that he said or goes back and cleans it up, the business part of it just doesn't work for Jay-Z, and I don't think that they'll work together.
Yeah, in a perfect world, this pick would have been a publicity stunt for Watch the Throne 2 coming out on Christmas. But that is not the world we live in right now. I saw reports saying Jay-Z and Kanye squashed the beef.
Nah.
Jay and Kanye reconciled. Stop.
No.
They took a fucking picture. They dapped each other up and were cordial. That's it. Let's not take it any further than what it needs to be.
This wasn't the one. Oh, look at Puff face.
Look at Puff like, man, I shook this nigga. I ain't even telling Kanye.
Nah, that's the face.
That's the face. Like, is he gonna be cool with this?
Puff had the face that Jay asked him was Ye gonna be there, and he told him, "No, I don't think he gonna make it."
Coming, bro. He told his people told me he wasn't coming. You know what I mean?
That's what that face is.
These niggas got me.
Kanye happy though.
These niggas got Kanye is ecstatic.
He ecstatic. That's big bro.
Niggas had to get him up off him though. Like I guarantee. Well, I ain't guaranteeing. Jay security came and was like, "Hey, bro,
that's enough."
Yeah, don't keep moving, bro. You got your pictures. Keep.
That's
moving,
really
bro.
why he snatched the phone out of Dual Hand. He was taking a picture with him and Jay.
Like, come on, bro.
Jay and Ye too close to each
Get up
other.
outta
Man. Hey, real quick though, him snatching the phone out of Dual Hand is so fucking
hilarious.
funny, dude.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that.
No, I don't think so.
No, don't touch nobody's shit though, man.
Nah,
like
that's
Jay
his-
can be like, "Hey,
Wait,
chill out,
nah,
fam."
That's his wife though, bro.
Well, how do we know he was taking a picture of B? I didn't notice that.
Hey,
But he
man,
doesn't know he's filming
this
right behind
is
him.
Beyonce.
Yeah.
This is my wife, the most famous woman in the world. You don't even need to pull phones out in her vicinity.
Was that her dancing?
Yeah, that was.
Why was she
was
dancing like Carlton?
wildin'.
Why was she dancing like Carlton when he took the speed pills?
She was wild.
What was that?
I don't know what
bro?
that was. That's probably why he was mad. Like, you couldn't get my girl dancing like this, nigga. What's wrong with you?
She might have been lit though.
Yeah, but I agree with Lou. There's no way they work together ever again.
No,
Damn.
Never again.
I need that Watch Your Throne too, dog.
ain't nobody working with Kanye West
Won't
no
happen,
more
yeah.
that ain't under contract
Right.
already.
Right.
And them niggas don't want to.
They do not want to be there.
Yeah, nobody but Adidas.
God damn.
Yeah, right.
Shout out them 350s. I need them this weekend. What we got on for the music break, man?
We have a new one. I was glad to hear this comeback by this artist. He's a talented brother, so he's back. Rich homie Quan. This one is called Old Quan.
Let's hear it. We are back. That was Rich Homie Quan with Old Quan. How you feel about young Rich Homie?
That I like that beat. I like the concept of the song. I don't know how Rich Homie Quan ever gets out of the hole that he's in. I don't know what happened. You're an Atlanta guy. You maybe can tell us, but he just fell off a cliff. And he's made good music since falling off that cliff, like this song, but he never gets a buzz or a push around it.
The game ran with his sound. He was early with
I
that
thought you were talking
sound.
about Jason Taylor.
Nah, that'd have been
I was like,
funny.
What?
Nah, but
Another nigga?
the rap game ran with his sound. He was early. He was an early sing-songy person.
And he's not good enough, and this is no diss to him, but he's not good enough for everybody to be doing it.
Yeah,
Like
people are doing a
Young
better
Thug-
version than he is.
Young Thug is good enough for everybody to be doing
That's
what he
not
does.
true.
That is.
That's fact.
That's a
what you talking
fact.
about.
That's not true.
You got to stop all this hate. Chance ain't Young Thug. But my point, Rich Homie Quan, he had a mixtape, I think 2014, that ruled the summer.
For sure.
So
So-
what happened?
so-
Yeah, what happened with him? He had a management issue with his father, and his father against the label. It's a big issue from what I understand. So that is part of the problem.
His dad is manager?
Yes,
That's his first mistake.
Lonzo Ball. I mean, it's LeVar, ain't
That was his first mistake right there. Didn't he shoot his dad?
I don't know. I can't remember that. No, somebody tried to shoot his dad. Somebody.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
So that was the issue with him, and he just took a turn because he made, like you said, he had some good songs, and I think this is a step in the right direction if you want to get some
a
of that
good
back.
record. Yeah, that's a good record.
Because this reminded me of that. I was like, oh, this is that old Quan.
Because he's keeping it 100 on them.
Yeah.
Good content. It just that sound, man. Like it's tough for me to listen to 15 tracks like him with that on there. Just me personally.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
Yeah,
It's a big ask.
Yeah. I'd love to sit down and talk with him. Maybe we can.
Man, you got to open
Rich Homie
invite,
Quan,
Rich
come
Homie.
holler at us, let us know.
All right, man. Person of the year. It's that time of the year. We wrapping up 2019. We Time does person of the year every year, and we stole that shit from theirs. So this is On Deck Person of the Year, the MVP basically.
Yeah.
But before we get into our respective MVPs, we got a couple of runner-ups. Who do you have as a runner-up that didn't make your Person of the Year, but was in the argument, man? Is in the conversation.
I'll go with the low-hanging fruit first.
Okay.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh wow.
She hit the game by storm.
That's a fact.
This year. I think that she came through and done her thing, and she done it in a way that it didn't rub people wrong. Most of the time when you get female artists come out, they try to pit other artists against them. We seen it with Cardi and Nicki way back in the day. It happened with her and Kim. Megan came out and she had open arms for every female artist, and I haven't really seen a lot of beef that made it to the mainstream. And I like her energy and her flavor. She took this game by storm with the Hot Girl Summer, the driving the boat. She was everywhere. Everybody was enjoying her movement, and this is the most fun that I've seen someone have in hip hop in a long time.
Agreed.
And I appreciated it, male or female, and I appreciated what she brought to the game as far as just giving it a jolt and giving people something to look forward to when she came around.
She definitely probably got the Rookie of the Year on Click Clack. You could argue, but I will say that she started off super hot. I think she cooled off a little bit. I don't think she had the.
It was that Moneybag Yo hookup. That's what.
Yeah,
it was.
and that song was some slaw too, though. And I think
Moneybag Yo or the Hot Girl
No.
Summer?
I'm saying the song with Moneybag Yo was some slaw, but the song Hot Girl Summer wasn't as good as
underwhelming.
Exactly,
She
it
made
wasn't
the
as good
wrong
as it
choice.
should have been.
She should have got Cardi.
But I didn't like the song itself.
I called Nikki, by the way.
You did, but she should have got Cardi.
Yeah, but
I didn't even think that. It was a hook.
Thank you.
Ty Dolla $ign.
Mailed it in
Yeah,
again.
he mailed it in.
I don't know what he was on this year. He took the year off.
I told you what he was on.
He was driving.
He was off. It's what he wasn't on.
He wasn't on.
He wasn't on. You got caught. You couldn't be on it. You couldn't be on that Magic Juice anymore.
Because that song wasn't nothing, and it was billed to be a really big record. And I think if that would have landed, then maybe the conversation is a little different. And she's not a runner-up, but it didn't though. But she still obviously had a fire-ass year. Came out with a
she
really
had a
good
great,
project.
fantastic year.
Absolutely.
Fact.
So yeah, Rookie of the Year. That's probably more in that conversation. My runner-up. I'm going with a producer. I'm going with Hitmaker. Young Berg had a huge 2019.
That's another one of those up there with Tyler Perry as far as the rebrands.
Rebranded, yeah. Hey, he had to do. He didn't change his name.
What is this Tyler Perry rebrand?
You don't think Tyler Perry had a hell of a rebrand?
No, I just think he got rich and polished up.
Rebrand.
I mean,
That was a like
glow up.
I think at first, and this is totally off topic,
Yeah, I'm
but people
sorry.
love it. At first, people noticed him for the plays and being Medea.
yeah.
Now it's all about like he clean
Business.
cut with the suit.
Oh, that's true.
It's all about
Okay,
the
I see that.
studio,
He ain't
people
doing the voice and
alone.
shit.
Yeah, ain't none of that Medea.
Because that Medea
shit no
crap,
more.
I hate it.
He got it up out of there too,
hate
and
it.
I was like, he straight
He made his
business
money
now,
off of it.
right?
Yeah, yes, he cashed
Yeah,
out.
the same demographic, older black women who went to church,
For
and
sure.
some of their daughters. Like that was the main demographic. And I'm not it was trash, but get your money. But I see what you're saying.
The
now.
rebrand was
The rebrand was
superb.
smooth. Because what he's doing now to set precedent for the future is incredible.
Exactly,
100%.
Okay, but go ahead.
Yeah, so Young Berg is not quite doing it on that level.
No.
But he is cooking though, because every other song on the radio right now begins with Hitmaker.
That's true.
That's a fact.
Now look,
That little fucker is doing it.
he's
Unfortunately,
cooking.
the Fab album is one too many.
Absolutely. Now, whether you agree with the way he's going about things, he's sampling a lot of the joints from the early 2000s and late 90s.
Lick.
Yeah, but it's just, man, dog. It make you feel old on the low.
I was like, don't do that
Yeah,
because
it's really
Speak for yourself.
Master P got off doing that in the 90s, off the 70s and
So
the
did
80s
Puff.
joints. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Hitmaker just doing it again. I like it.
It's just different because
we the old people.
I'm exactly.
you know, you
I
remember
was
them
around.
songs. It ain't your mom now being like, damn, that used to be such and such.
Exactly.
Right,
so
right.
it's making me feel some type of way, but it's a smart play and it's working. So
Yeah, I'm fucking with it.
shout out to Hitmaker, man.
Yeah.
Give me another runner up.
Runner up.
Yeah, my runner-up was going to be Joseph Budden.
Shout out Joe Beasy.
Yeah, I think Joe Budden.
Big Pump.
Yeah, I think Joe Budden
Never heard of him.
Never
has
heard of Big
set a
Pump.
precedent for hip hop and podcasting when it comes to his show and the deal with Spotify. It's the #1 stream podcast on Spotify. That's huge.
That's big.
And just think about how they started. Just think about how they started to where they are now. That gives podcasters like ourselves, hope and optimism for the future. And this is great. I love what they're doing. I'm always entertained by the show. I don't know if they need it twice a week, but I'm entertained. I'm entertained by it. And he set his mark in hip hop. And that's a rebrand because he went
That's
from just
another
a
good rebrand.
underground artist who everybody knew he could rap, but he wasn't quite a star. And he flipped it into this. I mean, you gotta give him his roses, man. Got to clap for him.
I agree with you. I am thoroughly entertained each week by the Joe Budden podcast. It's on my playlist for every week. And I agree with you. I think that Joe stayed committed to what it was that he wanted to do outside of the booth. And he hasn't strayed from that, and I appreciate that. It opens a lot of doors for other people in this lane. So full speed ahead for him.
Yeah, I got to check that podcast out. I ain't heard it.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's wild. We don't know what rock you
That's
sleeping under.
crazy. Small voice.
Shout out to our peer podcasters
Yes.
I'm sleep on that.
over there, man. Shout out to the whole crew.
Yeah.
Give me another runner up, man.
Another runner-up, not so obvious if you're not paying attention, but if you listen to this show, you've heard us mention the crew a lot.
Okay.
And I think people need to know who is the face behind it and who is the whose brainchild Griselda is. Westside Gunn. For me, Westside Gunn and the Griselda team, I'm giving it to him specifically because he's the head. They made their mark on the game this year without straying away from what it is that they do. All y'all want to do, sing, songy, slow, beat, bop, sample beats in straight New York and talk about selling dope, that's never going to work. Okay, cool. We're going to do it all year. And we're going to put it out all year. People are going to be talking about us. The style, as far as how fly they are, the wrestling incorporation, just refusing to be what what the game tells them that they has to be popular, I think has worked for them tremendously. And I appreciate people that are doing their own thing in a game where everybody kind of mimics each other nowadays.
Yep.
So Westside Gunn for me 100% is a runner-up, and his brother Conway is another part of the team.
I can respect that. Excuse me, I didn't know that was his brother. That's funny as fuck. Really though?
That's his blood, brother.
Wow.
Yep.
They the up north Migos then.
That's funny.
Now I will say this then. I like Westside Gunn, and I like that they stuck to their guns. And because I know we even talked about when we reviewed Westside Gunn's Hitler West Hermes 7, we was like, man, maybe for this Shady Records joint, maybe they could try to throw a Chris Brown, throw something on there, and it just they didn't think about doing any of that shit. The WWCD album is 100% them. They didn't stray away from the formula.
Fire album.
Yeah, the album is nice. The album is nice. Everybody's solo joints. They did their thing, and they're doing it. We talked about this time last year, how they released their music. We were like, yo, why are they doing it like that? Like,
we couldn't find the shit last year.
We couldn't really find it. And so, but again, they've taken small steps to make their stuff more available. So I get it, man. I'm not mad at that. And for Westside Gunn to be kind of the person calling the plays in the background, shout out to him. Saw him at Complex Con too. His outfit was wild.
Was it worse than one of 2 Chainz outfits?
Nah, ain't none of that shit worse than 2 Chainz outfits.
It was close.
it was out there. He looked like a rapper for sure.
The rapper kid.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's funny.
If I had to go one more runner up, I'm gonna go to the left coast, LA. I'm gonna go Roddy Ricch. I think he had a really, really good year this year.
Number one album in the country.
Exactly. His project came out. It was dope. It did numbers. He's kicked off the year early with the on the XXL freshman class. He stood out amongst the people that were on that. I think he won a lot of people over. And then he had arguably one of the biggest songs of the summer. I put the new Forges on the Jeep.
Ballin'.
That shit goes super tough. Yeah. So I think he's done a good job of establishing himself ever so slightly, putting a nice footprint. I think a lot of people used him on features. He had probably one of the hardest songs on Fab's album. He's got a bright future ahead of him to take what Fab said about him on Cosmic Kev Show. So shout out to Roddy Ricch, and kudos to me for calling him early in the year.
He on me. That's why you picked him. No one. I was sitting here trying to figure out the whole time why you picked him, and that's why. Thank you for letting us know. Yeah, it's a good pick. Yeah. That's why he picked him. He signed to Meek Mill.
I forgot. I thought he was signed to Meek Mill.
At first he was, but then Dream Chasers got that Rock Nation deal, which shifted some shit. So I think he's just directly on. I think he's just directly on whatever label that he's on.
Shout out to Roddy Ricch, and off of that wonderful Mustard album that I call Perfect 10. Nobody's talking about Khaled, but people are still talking about Mustard.
That's a fact.
But
he's
anyway,
on Atlantic, by the way.
He's on Atlantic. Yeah.
Did you have another one?
Yes, my runner-up was J-Hove himself. Jay-Z. Jay-Z, if you guys remember, he eclipsed the 1 billion mark this year.
That's true.
That was huge, not only for himself, but for precedence in hip-hop and just for black individuals in general and just business. So
wait and see.
I'm sorry?
Just wait and see. You got to wait and see before you can give him this award. Just wait and see.
He's hating on the NFL decision.
Yeah, well, and that was another. He had a landmark deal with the NFL.
Landmark?
Absolutely.
Oh, my God. I'm glad I'm here. Not let y'all get this bullshit off.
Yeah. If you're not letting me get off. Shut the fuck up.
I know, that's right.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm glad I'm here, shit.
So, he had the landmark deal. He was a billionaire, eclipsed $1 billion, and he had the landmark deal with the NFL to push the culture forward. As you see, he had his hands tied into giving Kaepernick another chance.
Yep.
Which, no pun intended, Kaepernick fumbled.
Outta here.
And so yeah, we got to give Jay-Z his props, man. He just keeps doing it every year. Hov finds a way to stay relevant, and this year is it's the same.
And Rock Nation signed and scooped up everybody.
Yes.
Every time we looked, Megan Thee Stallion.
Right?
It's like, damn.
Griselda, all that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you got to give him props.
Yeah, I'm being a bit facetious about the NFL thing.
We know.
We have to wait and see.
Oh, we get it.
We
You
can
just
wait-
hating.
We can wait and see.
Yeah.
Did you watch Dr. Umar on Breakfast Club?
I did.
He kept it 1,000.
That's
though.
what I was about to reference.
Okay.
Dr. Umar did bring up a great point.
Please stop.
Wait, okay, stop calling him doctor.
No, go ahead.
He's a doctor. Shit.
He's a fraud.
He's a
Oh,
doctor.
my
Don't
goodness.
do that.
He's a
man.
fraud.
He talked about that on there. But
Of
we'll
course he did.
address
Look how he
that
looked at the
later.
interview.
We'll address that later. Jay-Z has had a great year. I think that any year that he can wake up and be on this list.
That's a
from
fact.
everything that he has done. Like I said, I am being a bit facetious about the NFL deal, though I don't agree with his stance on it. I do understand the long-term play that may happen from it, so we can wait and see. But, Jay always doing his thing. I like the hair grow out. That was big for him these last couple of years, and I'm fucking with it. I ain't mad at that.
Watch that Umar interview though. No, watch that though.
No, I have to.
It's good, yeah.
No, it's a good. And I'm on the
You
fence
gonna be
just like
surprised.
I'm on the fence with him just like
I
many
give
people
anybody
are.
a shot, but I mean, you're past.
No, it's good. You gotta let some shit slide on there though.
To be, and I like Tariq.
They
as
explain
well.
the fundraising.
Yeah, he did.
And I was gonna say, to be completely honest,
He
as,
did.
like I listen to Tariq on a weekly basis almost, and that's someone who's obviously on the other side of Umar. So
To a certain extent,
Oh,
they
they-
really slick
they
on the
people.
same side though.
but as the personalities,
Okay.
they are
Do
opposite.
they go against it?
They've won each other. They won
Oh
each
wow!
other.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
They
their-
bump heads.
Their ideals are the same. They just have different methods in which.
I'm always good for a good
hotel
hotep fight.
Oh yes, this is you got to look this up. Then you got to go back and look this
You
up
gotta
because they
find
was
that.
going.
Speaking,
Tariq was going in on him, and it was super funny. And I say all that to say, I went into the interview with a bit of bias because I am more on Tariq's, side of it. But Dr. Umar definitely
He bodied
explained himself well and what he had in his positions. He was fucking waiting. He was ready for that.
oh, so he was ready
He was
to go.
prepared like a motherfucker.
I'm talking about from go.
Yeah, that's a fact. He was reeling them off.
Y'all check out that Breakfast Club interview.
Absolutely.
Speaking of Tyreek, we had a wild.
I was gonna
post.
save that. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna say that for the end.
I want to
Don't-
call him out. I wanna
Oh,
call
no,
Buddy
keep that up. No, we gonna go. We gonna get back to
Okay.
I'm
that.
trying to go in on my boy.
No, we're gonna get back to that. Don't even worry
He
about
was
it.
dogging Lizzo on the last episode. It was so
No, we
No, we were talking
talking about
the
the
IG
DM we
post.
got from the
Yeah.
from the Shalom.
Oh, we're gonna get to that.
Shalom.
Real quick now. All right, so we done got through our runner-ups. Solid runner-ups though.
Yeah,
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
To
give
be
myself
honest.
a pat on the back.
Yeah,
No,
yours
I
was just
don't
okay.
No, hope, man. Billion,
No,
the
I don't
billion
think-
trumps everything.
I don't think that you would have heard, like you said, those winner ups or people
Winner
honorable
ups.
mentions.
Oh.
Excuse me, honorable mentions on other podcasts as far as what these people. have
No,
done. So there's
no,
a good.
you're
list.
right.
That's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
good list.
Oh, yeah. You
Is
got
Kanye-
both you guys that good.
Is Kanye runner-up?
Kanye could be.
No.
What?
Why? What did he do?
He's a dark horse.
Why?
thank you.
Why?
I mean, because
Because he's Kanye West.
That's one reason.
We talked about Kanye for several weeks about one thing. So
Unwillingly.
that means
This was forced.
Yeah, he
Y'all
doesn't have
forced
to
this
be.
Kanye talk
Plus,
on me.
sometimes you got to root for the villain.
Plus, he made the Forbes list,
Villain
jumping
is
over the
the
jump,
right
man.
word.
The numbers that his shoes are gonna do this year are nuts.
Okay, but
I'm
just
happy-
saying.
I'm happy for him as a black man.
I'm just saying, I need those 350s this week.
Do numbers.
yeah,
black
they'll be there.
man. Sitting on the shelf.
Now I'm gonna get them too. I don't know.
Never buying any Yeezys. Y'all ain't
Oh, you
gonna
own one
worry
pair of
about
Yeezys,
me,
huh?
not one.
Nigga, the ones that come out Saturday go too hard. I got to have them.
Yeah.
It's black.
Some
with the-
multicolored black.
Yeah, them motherfuckers is hard.
You ain't be buy one pair. Yet?
Not one pair.
I'm the kid game weak.
I'm standing. I'm standing on my stance. You know,
With
I
wax
could have
shoes.
got some.
No, I'm just messing with you. But I'm saying, but they came out before he started tripping. Huh?
They did, but I didn't like him way before that.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
forgot.
it goes all the way back to the sway shit.
Like him and Nick Cannon, the hate is real.
That's true.
Who is your MVP, your person of the year for 2019, man? Who ran the year in your opinion?
Who ran the year in unfortunate post-mortem? I would say Nipsey Hussle.
Okay.
The reason being, to me, hip hop didn't do as well as it could have this year, especially following up with the big year that we had last year. Some of it was to do to the music that was released. Not a lot of big names came out.
Yeah.
Nipsey passed in September?
March 31st.
March.
Yep.
And it kind of put, that was the third month of the year. It kind of put a somber tone, in my opinion, on hip hop. People were more cautious, moving as they should have been.
Yeah.
One of their peers was murdered in front of his own store, in his hometown. So I just felt like that people move differently, some good, some bad, and it took away from the momentum that we had from the previous year. It happened so early in the year to such a rising star. And there's so many effects that I've seen from people starting their own things, from the independent movement, the marathon clothing, the different spinoffs from it, in my opinion. The victory lap, the marathon continues. Lauren just came out with the Puma ad.
Beautiful commercial, too.
Beautiful commercial.
That was dope.
Forever, in my opinion, 2019 will be marred by the death of Nipsey Hussle.
For sure.
That was the biggest story for sure.
Biggest story for sure, and just the personality, the type of person that he was. Not taking away anything or comparing deaths, but other people did pass this year.
Yeah.
And me as a hip-hop fan, you feel it, you talk about it, we come to this show and we do it. It bothered me for at least a week when Nipsey passed. I was listening to Blue Laces 2 on repeat for at least 2 days.
Yeah.
And I say that to say he was a young man, his impact was so large. And for him to be taken away in his prime right after his first release, Grammy-nominated album, it's just going to linger.
Yeah.
When we were talking about the topic for this episode and I was sitting there and I was doing my studies for this show, it would have been disrespectful just for me, as big a fan as I was of Nipsey Hussle, to put anyone right here just because of the impact that it had for me on the game and what I feel like we lost with him. So not to put a damper or being sad, it's in celebration.
Right, for sure.
Because he did great things and great things will continue to happen. The marathon will continue. But for this year, Nipsey Hussle is a person for me.
And it's even that, how the news cycle goes nowadays. It's a microwave society. Shit is popular 1 second, the next second nobody's talking about it. This has lingered on through maybe guest verses. The verse on Game's album is super eerie. It's weird to even listen to him rap now. Yeah. The posthumous verse on Khaled's joint, like it just things felt weird for a while. You know what I'm saying? And even now with Whack 100 and even the conversation about him, whether he's a legend or not, a lot of people have come out like, man, what are you talking about, bro? Like people looking at Whack 100 now, like, bro, like
unnecessary, man.
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
Just
what do you mean? Why would you question this? Yeah. And
especially for someone to ilk of Nipsey, like he wasn't running around disrespecting people.
Right.
He wasn't running around causing controversy behind stupid shit like this. So that's why the reaction to Whack was like, what? What do you mean?
Yeah, where is this coming from, dog? It just didn't make sense. And even to a lesser extent, what Kodak had to say, what he had to say, people came to the defense. You know what I'm saying? And snapped off and tried to cancel Kodak for that. So it just the residual impact from his passing has gone on longer than anyone that I can remember since we've been doing the show. Easy, like it at least. So no, I can definitely respect that. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the layup pick. DaBaby ran 2019.
Young Kirk.
From the second he came out, I remember. Shout out to my guy Bird. We were talking around this time last year. We was like, yo, this dude, DaBaby, is undefeated outside the booth. And that's when he didn't have records necessarily that were ringing off, but he had viral moments on YouTube, whether it was
mean PR team. That's what he had.
Whether it was him shooting the music video down here and him getting pressed by the goons, and he was standing there dolo like, bro, I don't sign no permission slips. Like all of that shit, him in the mall beating a murder case, and it was just a gang of shit. Him knocking somebody out while performing. Like he had
the Louis V stuff.
That came after he got on.
Yeah.
All of this happened before we even knew who he was. And I'm seeing this nigga on World Star like, man, who is this dude? Like, if he had a record, his resume he already got the it factor. Like, people live for those legendary quote unquote type of moments like that. And now he gets the records with Suge. He came out with the album that rung off early in the year. He had several YouTube bangers with him and his artist Stunner for Vegas. And
that's his artist?
Yeah, he signed him. Yep.
You didn't know that?
I had no idea.
Stunner paid him for a feature. DaBaby liked, he took a liking to him and liked that he was about his business and was so young because he paid him for a feature. He's from Carolina too. And so he was like, yo, why don't you just come with me, come up under my wing. I signed to my label. I think I got some shit brewing. and then boom, he signed a major deal with Interscope. He's been on countless bangers. He laced the Dreamville project. He on Lizzo record. He's on the Panini joint with Lil Nas X. He killed Megan Thee Stallion shit on the Cash shit. He's on it. Like, he's everywhere, dude. Like, he ran the year, hated to love it, Saturday Night Live. I can go on and on and on. He's hands down the MVP and might be the first nigga to win Rookie of the Year and MVP in the same year. Easy. It's not even close, in my opinion. Yeah. People can say they're tired of the sound or whatever. That's cap. He'll be around for a long time.
Yeah. Did you real quick? Did you have him in your top 10 albums of the year?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have either one of them in there.
Okay.
But I think he had enough bops to warrant himself relevant throughout the year. But I did not have either one of those projects on there.
Okay, just making
Because they weren't good.
Right.
I thought Kirk was cool though. Actually, I thought both were cool.
Kirk wasn't bad.
Intro was one of
it
the
just
top
sounded the
songs
same. The whole thing sound.
Yeah, the replay value is low, and that's my guy. And I called him too. Shout out to me. I'm cooking this year. Yeah, I'm really person of the year, guys.
God.
Animal Brown, person of the year. I called a gang of shit this year.
Yeah, when you have to tell yourself that, usually means you're not, buddy.
You gotta say it.
I'm just saying what everybody else is thinking.
Yeah.
Who you got for person of the year?
My person of the year should come as no surprise to you guys.
Lizzo.
Definitely not.
Big Liz.
No way. Not enough payola in the world. My person of the year is none other than Jermaine Lamar Cole.
Oh, newsflash.
Yes.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't see that one coming.
I didn't see that coming at all, actually.
Yeah, you guys should take that show on the road. We and it's just for the simple fact of the positive impact that he had on so many artists this year. And I briefly touched on it last week when it comes to the Dreamville album. It's something that we never seen before from the simple standpoint of how they put it together in Atlanta, 10 days or however long they were here. Invites to all the people in the industry. People showed up, went head to head for it. And the people who got on the songs have been rewarded. Their careers have been rewarded. They're more known now. And they have Grammy nominations under their arm as well as a platinum plaque. So if I'm an up-and-coming artist and I tell my mom, look, I got a platinum plaque and a Grammy nom and I might win a Grammy,
Yeah,
it's all because of Jermaine Cole and Dreamville, the whole Dreamville over there. And just the thought of it, the oversight of it, and for the album also to be ranked, like I said, it was in my number 2. It was also on Spotify's number 2 rap album of the year. That speaks volumes. And so whenever you can positively affect people's lives and actually change their lives for the better and put more money in their pocket,
he stayed relevant without having a drop.
Without having an album, he didn't even have an album.
Yeah, he didn't even have a solo project.
And people, I just looked at the Twitter numbers, and they were just saying, like yesterday, he doesn't even have an album. He's announced another festival, and people are going crazy.
Yep, that's another thing too. He had that Dreamville festival this year.
Yeah,
which is going to be another Dreamville festival.
Yeah, next year.
Damn.
Yeah, they already putting tickets on sale. No, he just tweeted
It's
about
in
it
April, I think.
I think J. Cole's marketing for his projects is undefeated, and that's kind of spilled over with the Dreamville. You talked about the invites. It goes all the way back to 2014 Forest Hills Drive, and that makes him relevant, and that's a good pick. We give you shit about it, but J. Cole has been in his bag. I speak a lot about artists that give a fuck, like they just bag rapping, and I think that he leads that charge. We heard it with KOD. We heard it with Dreamville. And
all the features.
Right, all the features. Middle Child, one of my favorite joints of the year.
Yep. Probably one of the top 2 joints of the year, actually.
Yeah, so Cole did his thing, and I think that it needs to be, we talked about it on the Mxtra podcast that we did. Y'all check that out. It's in the feed. It needs to be recognized when we talking about Kendrick, Cole, and Drake, what he's doing to make sure that those two don't leave him, because their star sometimes shines brighter, but just because of all the stuff that comes with a Drake or a Kendrick Lamar, which J. Cole is right there.
Have y'all noticed, naming those 3, those are probably 3 of the least interviewed people in hip-hop.
Yeah, and I think they like it that way, though.
No, I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
But they're ultra famous. Like, those are arguably the top 3, you know what I'm saying,
they
in
couldn't
hip-hop.
be walking in the mall by
Is
themselves.
that good or bad?
I don't know. I think that speaks to the time that we in, that you don't necessarily need an interview. It's not 98 no more. You don't need a source interview.
With that being said, Kendrick Lamar is not on Twitter or Instagram, though.
Yeah, he's just.
And that's wild to me because Cole never posts on Instagram, but he gets active on Twitter every now and then. Yeah,
like
he tweet every now and then.
Cole is at least visible.
Drake is too.
Drake is very visible.
On IG,
very visible.
but he's not talking
But Drake
to nobody.
loves the attention.
That's a fact.
And Drake gonna comment. He gonna say funny shit, and this is your Drake.
Yeah.
Kendrick ain't. That nigga recluse.
Yeah, he in the studio, bro. You don't never see dude. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I think it's good if it's him.
Yeah.
He on this Alicia Keys. I come out once every 2.5 years. you don't really need to see me in between time. It's an event. If he comes out tomorrow, it's an event. The internet's gonna crash if he drops on Christmas.
Is that because
She used to be?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
not
like
bad,
that. It's a good
not
one.
bad.
Is this because with Kendrick Lamar that so much of his personality is in his music? Is it because it's not like anything else?
Yeah, because his bodies of work are bodies of
you
work.
gonna get a lot out of Good Kid,
they're
Mad
epic
City.
Scorsese films. His
Yeah.
body
That's
of
a
work.
fact. Fuck Scorsese. You know, he shitted on Marvel. I don't like that.
Well, he's a legend.
Shit.
Yeah, he should. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think that Kendrick Lamar is able. He's afforded the benefit of not doing it because he put so much into his albums, even with the
I
Black
agree.
Panther shit.
That's true.
Like, that's like reflective of him, and he ain't got to come out and be like, "I was thinking this or thinking that."
Eventually, though, he might have to get with the times. Though.
Yeah, I need to hear from him though. I ain't gonna lie. Like I remember back, I go back and look at that Noisy shit.
Yeah,
When
that
he
shit was
took
hard.
That shit was fire
Compton.
when he did that
Yeah.
interview there.
That shit was hard.
Yeah, there was.
Y'all let us know what y'all think, man. Who is y'all's MVP? Who's your person of the year for 2019 in hip hop, man? Let us know. Instagram at OndeckTV Podcast and Facebook in the rap chat group. All right. Now, who do we have for our next music break?
Next music break is a young man by the name of SmokePurpp. You guys may know him or may not. SmokePurpp. Yeah, Animal Brown knows him. I caught him looking at it. You listen to his album. I saw it on my Apple Music.
I'm
followers.
familiar with him.
But
She's spraying that SmokePurpp.
the name of this song is Audi 2.
I smoke perp.
Now, brr.
The name of this song is Audi 2, so the beat knocks. So let me tell us what you think.
Let's hear it. We are back. That was SmokePurpp with Audi 2. How you feel about young SmokePurpp?
That wasn't nothing.
Mm.
I ain't got no place to listen to that thing yet.
You know,
I
it
ain't
knocks in the
gonna
whip. You know.
Okay. Well, I can listen to it in the whip, but I'm not.
Listen, SmokePurpp. This is why people of our ilk, of our age group, look at rap nowadays and look down upon it. It's because no. I'm gonna tell you why. It's because when we listen to music, you couldn't come out and blatantly sound like somebody else and be successful.
Oh, okay.
This nigga sounds exactly like Lil Perp. You know what I'm saying? He's
Like
Lil Pump.
Lil Pump, excuse me.
Oh.
He sounds exactly like Lil Pump.
Really?
Like absolute 1000%. It's the same person. And this beat with the distorted shit, that's all XXXTentacion. So like, and he's gone, so
Oh,
that's
it's a
one
dope
thing.
song,
Yeah, that's fine. But like, dog, bro, people take people's styles way too much now. And that is one legitimate get off my lawn knock that I will run with. But because that's, bro, he sounds just like dude, man. I get it. They both trash. Like Lil Pump is trash. Don't get it twisted. But still, don't sound exactly like the nigga, though. God damn. That shit's some slaw. That beat hard, though.
The beat
Yeah,
is
beat,
nice.
this shit knocks.
I like the beat, but he wasn't talking about a goddamn thing. It's 15 niggas that rap just like that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Like no bullshit. Like they're interchangeable.
Shout out to our youngsters.
Absolutely, man. Now, before we get out of here, a little bit of reflection on 2019. We talked about the MVP person of the year. In you guys' opinion, let's talk biggest song of the year. Not name Old Town Road. Don't nobody say Old Town Road, please.
Old Town Road.
Fuck.
No.
We know what that did.
Yeah, we
MC
know.
Hammer numbers and shit. But what is the biggest song not named On Town Road that you would remember 2019 by? And we're gonna say what's your favorite verse of the year.
That might be a clean sweep with me. But go ahead.
You got one?
Go ahead.
I got
I'm gonna go biggest song. Well, you're gonna take my biggest song. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
So I'll let you get that one. Other than Old Town Road, I'll say Migos Pure Water with Mustard. That song was huge.
Oh, no. Actually, you should
What?
Go with your first one because I'll just pick another one.
Okay. J. Cole.
Yeah.
Middle Child.
Middle
Absolutely.
Child
was gonna say that.
Because, and it was funny, shout out to our group chat, Realville group chat, Jeff from FSP. He had a nice, funny joke early in the year when he said, damn, that Middle Child trick came and went. And then he did the All-Star Weekend performance.
It went nuts.
And it went nuts. And it had legs throughout about the next 8 months after that.
The video came out.
The video came out. So shout out to my guy Big Jeff because he did call the Ravens winning 10 wins this season. I clowned him for that, and they're about to win 10 wins if they already just didn't do it. So shout out to him, but he fucked up on the J. Cole. That song is fire.
That song is fire.
It was a huge record this year.
Yeah, that was my original pick, but I have one that was probably even bigger than that.
You got the Migos fucked up, though. Go ahead.
I have one that's even bigger than that against different demographics, but it's still a rap song, and that's that Post Malone and Sway Lee Sunflower song.
Yeah, that's the biggest
fuck.
That
song.
song was huge.
It was on a soundtrack or something?
Yeah, it's on that Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
Yeah, that shit
Interverse. Like, you had kids. Kids loved this record.
That shit trash.
Oh, you said it's trash?
Yeah, it's trash.
No, it's not. But as far as, like, streams and all that, this song went through the roof.
He's not hip-hop, though.
Sway Lee is hip hop, and I give Post Malone to be hip hop. Don't do it all the way.
And
He's not my favorite person in hip hop, but you can't knock the numbers.
He's got numbers. He's just not hip. He's just not making rap music. Shout out to Post Malone and his AMA for Rap Album of the Year. Fuck out of here.
I gotta go with Suge.
That was a big record.
That was a
Clearly,
big record.
That shit was. If I'm looking through the thing now, Suge is what I would say. Verse of the year to take that.
One of your
go
favorite
back
verses.
Around one of my favorite verses. Pusha T on the Valvoline. And
Palm
Paul Mahler, man, you
skip
god
Valvoline,
damn
yeah.
it. But yes, that was-
Valvoline.
Valvoline was
Valvoline is hilarious.
Look, I wrote that down. I wrote
That's funny
Valvoline
as
and everything.
fuck.
That's mine.
Yeah, Palm Olive.
He ripped it.
Pusha T fucking
Killed it.
Murdered that.
Murdered that.
So
He did.
So yeah, so you take that one. I'm gonna go Jermaine Cole on Sacrifices.
Dreamville.
The verse to end the album, he put his soul into that last verse. As far as just the bars, the passion, everything about it. That whole record was phenomenal. He ended it perfectly.
I thought you were gonna say J. Cole and that Big Crit because he snapped on
He
that.
snapped on that too.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Woo, he snapped on that.
Yeah.
If I got to go verse of the year, mine's super low key. This album didn't even make my top 10, even though it was solid. Nas Lost Tapes too. Nas' first verse on Beautiful Life. That first verse is fucking ridiculous. Where you talk about
Nas had an album this year.
no,
Don't do that.
Come on, man. Don't
Who knew?
Don't do Nostradamus any kind of way.
Yeah, his Protege was one of your favorite albums of the year for some reason.
Facts.
This verse is amazing. Please, y'all, run that back. Nas' Beautiful Life, where he talk about his girl writing a book. It was obviously a leftover joint from Life is Good, because him with the wedding dress and all of that shit, he was in his bag. That song is fire, and that verse is fucking phenomenal. It's one of my favorite verses of the year, along with that Palm Olive. That shit was crazy, too.
Honorable mention to the song "Welcome to the Party," Pop Smoke.
That was a big record,
huge
too.
record.
But it
Huge
just
record.
it didn't last very
Didn't
long.
make it down
though.
here.
Not like that.
I mean,
It was popping up north.
It popped everywhere though.
Did it?
Yeah, popped everywhere. Yeah.
I don't go outside much, so I'll take your word for it.
They don't play it in the old folks' home, so I missed it.
Not at Sunny Acres.
I ain't got it over.
This year was missing though, like the super big records though, dog. Like last year we had Nice for What, Sicko Mode,
The best
Living
of-
My Best Life, Mo Bamba.
Per title, Best of Hip Hop 2019. We got Hot featuring Gunner, Old
Oh,
Town
yeah.
That's a big
Road,
record.
of
Yeah, y'all
course.
got Gunna fucked
Hot
up.
Girl Summer,
That ain't it.
On Chill with Wale. It was a big.
That was
record.
That was a big record too.
Baby, Lil Baby and No Baby,
Yeah.
Money in the Grave. They
Yeah.
been forcing that Drake and Ross all
Nah, that
year.
song
Nah,
banging.
they been forcing that.
What?
That ain't
With
popular.
the money in the grave.
That shit pop.
I got money in the name.
7 Middle Call, Middle Child.
Yeah,
J.
Middle Child was
Cole.
way bigger than Money in the Grave. They
8,
tripped.
Money by Cardi B.
Oh, I forgot. Was that this year?
Yeah, it was.
Never heard this song. It's called Envy Me by.
Cowboy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, you
never
have.
heard that.
Yes, yeah.
you've definitely
Well,
heard that.
I went to mob. I went to game.
That song right there was hard though. What was you thinking? That song go hard.
Follow God. Kanye
I see
West.
you, boy. Let's go. Yay, shit.
Nicki Minaj, Megatron.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Lil Uzi Vert,
Megatron.
Sanguine Paradise.
That's
Yeah,
a banger.
That's a banger.
Really?
Nah, that was banging.
Yeah, that's a hard record.
Not gonna lie. Forgot about that.
Round out the top 20, we got Suge, Ransom, Ballin',
Ransom was a big record too.
Highest in the Room,
Kaizen Room was a good record.
Cleo, and Bad Bad Bad.
Who is that?
Young Thug.
So much fun.
Yes.
Never heard of it.
Yes, you have, sir. You gave it props last week.
My type too, solid.
Oh,
And
yeah.
My type was
Oh,
a
yeah.
good
Speaking
Sweetie.
of
Sweetie. well,
Sweetie, yeah. Speaking of Young Thug,
It's not how you spell Sweetie, but go ahead.
of course. That's not how you spell fabulous either.
That's how
but
you
that's
spell salty. Salty.
But yeah, Young Thug was definitely on other outlets, top 10. Just in
Young
case.
Thug?
Yes.
Who cares?
So much fun. He was on Spotify's top rap albums of the year, number 5.
I did read something interesting about Young Thug. They said that people were doing their artist of the decade list, and they said it's going to be undisputed going into next decade that he would be number 1.
Oh, going in for these next 10 years?
Yeah.
God, I hope not.
I'm
They
not
said
mad
it's,
at
they
it.
just said it's pretty
Lord
much
have mercy.
undisputed
Not
that he's
mad
going
at
to
it,
be
man.
the,
Shout out to Thugger. Shout out to
biggest
Jeffrey. man.
artist going into the next year.
Whole YSL.
Oh my God, I can't take another 10 years of that, man. I'm gonna hang this mic up.
Boy, they hate it, boy. How many people you hate on this episode?
God,
The list is long.
The list
10
is
years
long.
of Young
Jesus
Thug.
The
Christ.
list is long.
This is we gonna rename this the Animal Brown hate episode.
Yeah.
Chance, Young Thug, Jesus,
Joe Budden.
Joe Budden, Jesus.
What new music do we have coming out, man? Anything dropping for the holiday season?
Holiday season. Let's see. What new music do we have?
Yeah, slick quiet though.
Yeah, it is.
Last 2 weeks shut down in the music industry.
Niggas on vacay.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna read. Yeah, everything else we got. Cameron's supposed to come out today.
Oh shit!
Really?
That Purple Haze too.
Yeah, that's supposed to come out today.
Snuck that out. It didn't come out, did it?
Last week, SmokePurpp came out. King Crooked and Bronze Nazareth.
I see you, King Crooked.
Yeah.
No way he's still dropping albums.
K Tronada, that's not. I mean, that's a mixture of everything. K Tronada came out with his Boba album, which is a phenomenal album.
He got them beats though.
Yeah, it's really good. Sean Price and Lil Fame supposed to come out, called Price of Fame, coming out, and Jesus is Born. Kanye West is coming out, and
That shit is 100% not coming out.
Official by MC8 is coming out in December 20th.
Is that Jesus? Is that Jesus is Born? Is that the him and Dre?
It just says Kanye West, but that's the one I think Dre's supposed to produce.
I think he's supposed to do some Sunday service shit on there.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, he dropped 2 in 1 year on these niggas.
Two
Why?
sleep albums.
Shit.
Why are we doing this to ourselves?
Jesus was King wasn't nothing.
I fuck with it though.
The Cameron did not come out.
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's on deck though. I see it.
It's
here.
supposed to come out today. That's what they said.
Yeah, it might drop this week. Ain't nobody checking for it. Don't worry about it. On Decker of the Week. On Decker of the Week is all the comments that were under our Master P clip on IG. Follow us at OndeckTV Podcast. Please, for your entertainment, go check out the comments. The topic at hand was P's.
Awful job by the editor with the context.
Yeah, the context was
Context
What
was
in the hell?
off.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'll be sure to
Threw
let
us
him
under
know
the bus,
that.
then you
Yeah,
Now-
let yourself know
let
that.
him know that.
The question was, do you see investing in ramen noodles as a smart business play for Master P? And it was a clip where we talked about him and putting his face on everything and not necessarily having to do that in 2019.
Correct.
And people went ham in the comments.
Yeah.
We were all kinds of clowns and all kind of P haters.
Yeah.
And if anybody knew anything about Animal Brown, I am the biggest P fan, almost to a fault.
Yeah, definitely to a
I
fault.
kept the lights on at No Limit.
Yeah.
So
and if you paid attention to the store, I said people are going to buy it.
And if you paid
That's-
attention, we also both said that it was a smart business move.
Yeah,
for
smart
P.
business move.
So-
So you guys should probably check out everything. Shout out to Mr. Tony Tone in particular.
Okay.
This is the one who DM'd us and also said that we were corny for our opinions. Your page is private, sir, and you're corny with that shirt that you have on there.
Wow.
So
I'm not going to go that far to
Yeah.
talk about anybody's shirt. I didn't give it that much attention, I'm going to be honest. However, I would like to challenge everyone who said something about, because I said that my thing was I wish P would have done something a little more on the classic side and just branded the hell out of some fire-ass chips without having to put Fetty Wap's face on it, a la Doritos, Ruffles, etc. I want everybody who said that was a clown statement to take a picture of whatever chips they have in their motherfucking cabinet right now and let me know how many of them have Fetty Wap's face on them.
Right.
None, motherfucker. You're eating Doritos like the rest of the goddamn world, dude. So I don't want to hear shit about that being a false statement. None of y'all motherfuckers have them big-ass bags of Boosie chips in your goddamn cabinet, dude.
People eat those though.
They not in their fucking cabinet.
I
Somebody
want
send me
to
a picture.
shout out Ladybug 0918.
Okay.
She too went in on us.
She AKA?
I don't know. She may be. Is that 0918?
Or is it 1918?
that the one who tagged Tariq.
No, I didn't. Nah, somebody else tagged Tariq. I want him to look at it too.
Yeah,
Check
no
us out, Tariq. Ladybug 0918 went in on us too, and I responded to her and asked her and addressed her concerns. And she was an adult enough to respond and say, you know what? Thank you for responding to me. We have differences on this opinion, but at least you were adult enough to come to me in a cordial manner. So I respect her for responding to my respectful response. In a
Right.
respectful manner. This dude, Tony,
Yeah,
this
man.
nigga, Raphael Sadiq,
Yeah, Tony.
I
Mr.
responded
Tony
to him too, and he shot a DM, and like you said, his page is private. So, Tony, I'm waiting in these streets for you, bro.
Yeah, just come in, address
come
us and
holler at
such,
me,
man.
my
Just
nigga.
listen to the show.
The clown shit ain't necessary, bro.
Yeah, all that ain't necessary. Cause ain't that, your shirt is the thing that is a clown.
I'm
like,
about to
like
get
you're
a
on your
shirt,
way
but
to
I'm right here in these streets.
look like
bro.
you're on your way to an interview at Barnes and Noble, nigga.
Judging a 45-second book, a book by a 45-second cover is nuts. It's
We
just a
appreciate
clip.
it though. We appreciate everybody that commented. Check out
Absolutely.
the full episode, 6 years worth of this shit.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
A whole lot of stuff to go and check in the catalogs, and like you said, we open the debate up to the fans as well, and we'll have conversations with y'all.
Yeah.
This
Shout
how
out OC Girl 81. She said she tagged Tariq and said, "Listen to these clowns," as if number one, we not
we-
fans
all
of
of these
Tariq
people were
ourselves.
private too.
Yeah, y'all
Of course they are. Those are the ones that say shit like that.
Oh yeah, man. Throw the rocks and hide your hand, man.
Come on, dog.
on,
You know
man.
we don't want to. They don't want nobody to see their real life going on. Shit
Cookie-
probably look nuts.
Cookie said we must not know that Lil Boosie and Master P sent hits.
Why would Master P send a hit or
We've
Lil Boosie
talked
send
about
a
the
hit?
hits that they send on this show.
Man,
Thanks for
dude.
listening, Cookie.
Oh yeah, I think we good in these streets, Cookie.
Okay, come on, man.
Yeah.
But shout out to them, man. Shout out to our supporters too, man. Shout out to Sean D. Washington on there.
Holding it down in them them comments. We appreciate you, sir.
100%, man. What you got on deck for the
Light-skinned
weekend,
brethren
man?
riding.
Light skin like y'all that much power.
I'm brown skin, paper bag shout out here. I'm not sure this weekend. A lot of planning to get up ready for the new year, man. I'm going out of town. I'm going out of town this week. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to Aruba this week.
I can respect
Oh,
that.
this is what you was talking about.
Get some beach in your life.
Yeah, need some beach in my life, man. Recharge, come back, hit the ground running, man. Got a lot of good stuff for you guys.
I can respect and accept that. Man, this week, I'm low-key. I do want to finish this Watchmen, but it looks like it's going to be a struggle. I'm going to be real.
And that Watchmen is complete
Flames.
fucking flames.
Ah, man, dog, that first episode was some look cool.
Yeah,
Let's keep it a hundo.
Ah.
It was some look cool. I will be at the movies though, because your boy movie looked hard. Adam Sandler.
Yeah, I'm definitely
The
gonna
movie
see
was
Uncut
hearing
Gems.
so much
That
about
motherfucker
that,
look
man.
tough.
I can't wait to see it.
I'm there.
I
I'm
can't
fucking
wait
with
to see
that
it.
this weekend. I believe it's this weekend. If it's
It's
not,
supposed to come out Christmas.
The dude
Okay,
that,
Christmas.
The dude,
Well,
that
I'll fuck
found,
with it then.
the dude that did that movie wanted Adam Sandler specifically for that part 2. He went and found him.
That's a
for it, too.
strange
He told
request.
He told him that he might win a
His Oscar
award for
Yeah,
this.
Yeah,
He
Adam-
looked like he bodying it from the trailer.
yeah, I got to see that.
What you got on deck?
I'm just finishing up Christmas
His
shopping.
brother got to move.
Yeah.
My brother got a going away party this
Yeah.
week.
Brother got another going away party.
Yeah, man, he's a popular guy, man. Yeah, that's what it is. We are twins, man. This is our city. It's
funny.
gonna be a couple of them, but I'm just finishing up Christmas shopping for the family.
We do going away parties too, man. Shout out your brother. If you want to invite us, we here.
Absolutely, man. I ain't got nothing planned but this
Bro.
movie.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
it.
chilling, bro.
Yeah, they can get out of Shady Acres for at
I
least
leave
2
the
hours.
funeral home. So, excuse me. I leave the old folks home sometimes.
Yeah. But no, I'm just finishing up Christmas shopping low key.
I can respect that. Hey guys, listen, another year in the books. Do us a favor, patreon.com/realville. So many reviews on there, too many reviews. All of the fire projects that came out this year that we didn't touch on the main show, they sitting right there waiting for your consumption on Patreon. Go check that out. And don't forget youtube.com/OndeckTV podcast. Watch us. You can watch us the same time the audio drops, man. Go support that and make sure you subscribe too. Anything else before we get out?
Yeah, man, y'all continue to support what we're doing over here. Remember to reach out to us. Go to realvillemedia.com. Go to the contact page and let us know what you want to help us with for the new year. We are expanding the team. We're looking to get some people riding with the On Deck TV podcast of Realville Media. So y'all go to realvillemedia.com. Check that out, and as well as all the content that we're putting out there for you. We do greatly appreciate you guys, and we want to keep doing this for a long time.
Absolutely, man.
Exactly, man. Keep supporting the real. That's why we're here for you guys, not for just for our love, for the love of the craft and the culture itself. Let's go.
Let's
get it.
We out.